again, and part 4 of our slasher series will focus on Chucky, or Charles Lee Ray as he's known. Chucky was the infamous doll who comes to life and starts killing people ever since the 80s. The first film is done by Tom Holland and very memorable. Features the likes of Chris Sarandon, who we all know from like Fright Night and things like that, and Catherine Hicks, who was the mum in Seventh Heaven, the TV series. Brad Dourif came in as Chucky and Charles Lee Ray in the human parts, and we just began to love this crazy doll who wants to kill this poor little boy called Andy and swap souls with him so he can have his body and live again. Andy was played by Alex Vincent, who also appears in the second film as Andy Barclay and has returned in the current films as himself again, like as Andy Barclay in the series again, and that's excited a lot of fans having him back, especially at the end of Curse of Chucky. It was one of the most memorable moments for a fan. Since then we have had films like the second one, sorry my box set's a bit out of whack, so the second one, which had Andy going into foster care while his mum goes to the loony bin, and had Christina Leese as his foster sister, and this interesting dynamic with Chucky coming back and trying to get Andy again. And then in the third one, where he's at military school, which is Sean Whalen playing Andy that time, in which Chucky comes back again. Again, it's Brad Dourif. He came through for the whole series, and he tries to take the soul of this little boy. After that, we were joyfully, this is my favourite, given Bride of Chucky, in which we got to meet his long-lost love, Tiffany, who Chucky turned into a doll as well, and now both of them need to find someone to change souls with. In this one, we had the annoying Katherine Heigl, but we had the awesome John Ritter, and I adore that guy. Stephen King's It, things like that. He was always hilarious in things like Problem Child, and in this he doesn't disappoint. He plays a crazy step-uncle type character, fostered Katherine Heigl's character, and he is just a big dick, basically, and you just love to see his demise from Chucky. Following that, we had the Seed of Chucky, which is the bottom one here, which I don't have separate. That one featured their son. So yes, Chucky and Tiffany did technically have a child at the end of Bride of Chucky. Anyone who remembered that would remember that when we went into Seed of Chucky. Don Mancini directs Seed, and he went on to direct Curse and since now Cult of Chucky. His job is hilarious. Like, I loved the character of the Glenda doll, trying to decide Billy Boyd. No, he doesn't know what he wants to be, if he wants to be a girl or a boy, because he's anatomically incorrect, of course, like any doll, unlike Chucky, who apparently isn't. So, of course, it's basically the dynamic of mother and father trying to figure out what they're going to do about their child. On top of that, there's always the murderous fun that comes with it, and Jennifer Tilly comes back because she plays Tiffany in Bride of Chucky. She comes back in Seed as herself, and they're trying to take over Jennifer Tilly's life, and it's hilarious watching Jennifer Tilly banter with herself as Tiffany. And some of the deaths are just amazing. John Waters, I'm so sorry, but your acid death, hugely enjoyable, even though I love you dearly. After that, we got Curse of Chucky. Curse of Chucky goes into a different storyline somewhat, and this time the Chucky doll's still there, but Fiona Dourif plays a wheelchair-bound girl, and she's actually Brad Dourif's daughter, yes, so at times he's trying to kill his own daughter in real life, and that whole tale is very different, and it segues into the newest film, which I don't have, Cult of Chucky. Now, in Cult of Chucky, it's a bit peculiar. It has some moments of joy because Jennifer Tilly, Tiffany's back, but there are some things about it that I really need a rewatch on that one, because it is questionable how it ends with Fiona Dourif and Jennifer Tilly. So I'll leave that one up to you guys to decipher your own way, but I'll probably have to rewatch it again before I really give a big opinion on it. It was enjoyable on levels, but in other parts it was just a bit, really? Is that where you're going with this? So I'll be interested to see if they do make another film after this one, and if Don